5 different times, kids came up to me and they were like, yo, I have to ask you, is Trent really that bad at betting?
Are you serious, bro?
Yeah, I mean, fuck them kids.
Welcome back to the dojo. We're here. I am remote currently in Providence, Rhode Island, where just took a gut-wrenching loss to Xavier. But Trent, how we doing?
I'm great. How was that game last night? I was hesitant to pull trigger on the money line, and low key, thank God I didn't take it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a situation where Xavier just couldn't miss, right? I mean, when we were watching the game, I was in the student section, which was awesome. It was great to be back, but. You know, it was a case of we were forcing them to take bad shots, and they were making every bad shot. They couldn't miss from the 3, and unfortunately, you can't beat a team that doesn't miss from the 3. So, I mean, to put up 80 points and lose to a team that scored 90, we didn't have like that bad of a game, right? When you're scoring 80 some odd points, so they just couldn't miss. But I mean, it was tough to be in the student section for the first home loss in almost, I think it's like 6 months, 7 months, 8 months.
No way.
Like yeah. Undefeated at home from the end of last year till now.
Wow. I was out to dinner with my family and I quickly pulled out my phone to check the score, and it was like 34-10. And I'm like, oh, I know Mikey's swimming.
Yeah, dude, it was tough sitting in the student section. But I will say, though, there was a couple times where I was like, yo, boys, like, we're fucked. Like, we're done. And they were like, no, you don't understand. And then, like, literally 5 minutes later, it's a 6-point game. And I was like, wow, you guys are incredible. Like, that you just knew that was coming.
Yeah, they crawled. So yeah,
back. This is the thing about Providence. I always tweet it. It's like we don't go away, right? Like it's a team where, like, when we're down, we don't go away. We might have lost yesterday, but you know, we're still a team that doesn't go away. We're still a team that when March comes, you know, having to go through losses like this, I think, are helpful and useful for us because, you know, we don't go away. And to kind of go through a game like this where the other team is just not missing, I feel like that's good to go through going into March. Like we have secured ourselves a spot in March Madness regardless right now. So I'd almost rather us go through a couple of these losses knowing that, you know, Marquette has pretty much already run away with the regular season. So I almost prefer going through losses like this and having to feel that and be like, wow, tonight just wasn't our night because they couldn't miss. And, you know, to Bryce Hopkins, who I arguably think is one of the best players in the country, going up against a kid that is going to be probably in the running for Big East Player of the Year against him and have that kid put up almost 40 points in his house while Bryce did relatively, you know, nothing compared to what he normally does. I'm sure that stung for him too. So I'm kind of happy he had to go through that as well on his home floor, watch, you know, someone he's competing for the Player of the Year in the Big East for put 40 on him. So while he pretty much, I think, had like a very quiet 15. So, you know, I think that was good too, to have your best player go through that. But honestly, a brutal night for the kid, dude. The Platter almost full faded. So, you know, after the last episode where you were like, can college basketball just go away so Mike doesn't have to stop, so Mike can stop sounding sharp? I mean, you and your sharps got one over me last night.
I fucking hate sharps, but I feel like the Platter was due for a rough day. It's all right. You'll get it back.
Yeah, the Platter was due for a rough day, but talk to me about the TCU game. Weren't you at the TCU game?
No, I didn't end up going. I have family in town that I was with. But I want to know what the environment was like back in your hometown, going to the bars after. You see?
Oh my God, dude!
Recognize you and shit.
Pre-game, it was awesome. We went to this. There's a bar. There's 2 bars in Providence you go to if you're a student. It's called Bradley's Cafe or Olds. So I was in Bradley's Cafe, and you know, there's a bunch of kids that were like, "Oh, yeah, we're paying for the drinks," and then, you know, a classic, and we talked about this. I forget which episode it was, but they were like, "Yo, what's the lock?" And as I was walking out, I was like, "It's Providence and it's Maryland." Maryland lost by like 30.
Yeah.
It was classic. So, but dude, being at the game was awesome. Like, got such a warm reception. Everyone was super excited that I was there. You know, everyone was asking me like what we're riding, and you know, I tried to take responsibility for the loss. I was like, listen, guys, this one's on me. And everyone was like, no, dude, you better be here for Seton Hall. So hopefully I get one back on Saturday against Seton Hall. But I mean, dude, it was awesome coming back. Like the bars were a scene. I will say though, man, I've never felt old before. Dude, I feel old at these college bars, dude. Like
really
old, bro. Yeah. Not that we are old, but dude, I'm like walking around because, you know, my best friend's little brother, shout out Trevor, is the kid that I've been going out with while I've been here. and, hanging out with like his buddies and shit like that, like walking around these bars, like saying hi to all their friends. It's just like, dude, I met the little brother of a kid that I went to college with that's in college now. I was like, this is just too weird, dude. Like, you are literally like a little brother of someone I went to school with. But dude, it was fun though. It's good to be back, bro. It's good to be back. But I will say though, dude, I got this question 5 times. I counted how many times I got this one question. I got it 5 times because I had to tell you about it. 5 different times, kids came up to me and they were like, yo, I have to ask you, is Trent really that bad at betting?
Are you serious, bro?
Dude, dead ass. They were like, is it an act or is he really that bad at betting?
And what was your fucking answer?
I said, surprisingly, he actually doesn't make a lot of his own bets. Like, that's why he has a surgical stream. Like, he tries to trust people with like his bets. And they were like, oh, okay. So I was like, a lot of times when he loses a bet, it's like a bet that someone gave him.
Yeah. I mean, fuck them kids.
Multiple times though, dude. I literally counted. It was like 5 because I was like, the first time I heard it, I was like, all right, that's like a geek. And then like it kept happening. And they were like, yo, is he really that bad though? I was like, I don't know, dude. It's not an act when he loses. I was like, it's not an act when he loses. I'll tell you that.
Brutal.
Tough, dude. I was drinking beer pitchers. I was drinking vodka Sprites. I was drinking tall boys at the game, dude. It was a mess of a Wednesday, but it was a good time.
It's good to see you back in your environment though.
Yeah, dude, it's good to be back. I wish a couple of you guys came out with me so you guys could like see what Providence is like, dude, because this place is awesome.
I can't even like picture it. I don't even know what to expect.
I don't even know how to like describe it to you. Like, it's really an underwhelming city. There's like one big building in like the city, but like the school campus is like awesome.
I want to come check it out.
Yeah, you got to, dude. But I did want to talk a little bit about the college basketball games yesterday. I mean, I don't know if you were out to dinner with your family. You probably didn't get to watch a lot of the games. But dude, I just feel like first day in a really long time where I read the board normally the way I read the board, and everything went against me. Yeah,
Kansas or Kentucky. Did they end up losing?
There was 4 ejections in that game on the Kentucky side. Yeah. I was in the Uber after the game and I was like, yo, did Kentucky like at least cover? Because this one kid was like riding all my bets with me. So we were just drowning the whole time.
Oh no.
And I was like, yo, did Kentucky at least cover? And he was like, dude, my dad just texted me that there was 4 ejections in that game.
What?
And Kentucky lost outright. They lost.
Vanderbilt.
But there was like 4 ejections of what they were for. If Nick can look it up, if he's still in the background and put it in the chat, I would love to know what those ejections were for, because I didn't even get to like watch the games. But like Maryland away from home, again, that one I thought I would just trust Kevin Willard, but on the road after a big win, he's just time and time again proves to me that I just should not trust them. I mean, Northwestern got smoked. Like, they were -3.5 favorites. It seems again like your theory is right. A lot of the -3.5s lost outright. That 4-point area is so dangerous in college basketball. I'm starting to realize with what you were saying.
Oh yeah, I will never take a -4 road favorite. Who did Notre Dame play?
Notre Dame.
They ended up winning outright, which was a great call from people who came and pitched that on stream. I was pretty jealous I didn't ride that.
Oh no, Notre Dame played Pitt, and I was on Pitt. So classic, dude. So classic. Like that one again. I haven't bet on Pitt all year. I've bet against them 3 times, lost every time, and I was like, you know what? I'll trust Pitt against a not great Notre Dame team. They lose by 5.
Dude, I would have won my biggest fucking parlay of my life last night.
What? Where is this coming from?
I had a ridiculous lay. I was really surgical. It came down to one last game, and they lost outright, and it was the Carolina Hurricanes, bro. But I had Ohio State. Who did Ohio State play?
Ohio State played, you were on the opposite side of me. Ohio State played Maryland.
Yep. Sorry about that. I had Ohio State, Capitals, Pelicans at plus Chicky late night. So surgical.
Wow. Who did they play? Plus Chicky Pels?
The Portland Trail Blazers.
Oh, that's a good spot to get him at plus Chick.
Yeah. I was like, that line seems wrong. Why are the Blazers favored? It was like a 7-legger, dude. It was Pelicans, Ohio State, Utah State, Capitals. There are 2 other legs, all hit. And then the Hurricanes late night. Down 2-1 to the VGK Knights.
No.
The whole game down 2-1. Canes tie at 2-2 with 6 minutes to go. I'm twerking in my fucking underwear on Shelly's stream. And then I get in my lucky fetal position just for VGK to fucking rip one with a minute left.
And it was a Jack Eichel legacy game.
Legacy game. Put an asterisk next to that one for Mr. Eichel. Legacy game. 2 goals for Jack. You know how much I would have won on the book?
How much?
12 racks. Dude, it was tough to wake up this morning. It was so tough to wake up.
Dude, and why is that like a thing? Like after a bad beat like that, it actually is tough to wake up in the morning and like get yourself going. Like you had a hard day of work. Like it's actually so tough, dude. You feel like a blue collar worker. Like you just woke up working like a 30-hour shift and you're just like, my body hurts.
I was so mad, bro. I was so fucking pissed, but I'm getting it back today. I need to go up units going into the weekend.
No, dude, I feel that. I feel like I worked construction a bunch when I was in high school, and like there's nothing worse than like waking up feeling like that. And that is the exact same feeling I get when like I miss out on like a big payday off one leg, dude. Because you're going to bed feeling it. You go to bed being like,
yeah.
Like before you roll over, you're like, fuck.
Dude, I just kept thinking about that fucking goal.
Dude, that is actually heartbreaking, bro.
Heartbreaking.
How'd you put it together? Was it just like a personal lay? Like you just threw it together, or was this like off stream?
No, it was kind of a personal lay / plays that I heard from stream as well. I mean, Pelicans was kind of my gut call.
I love that, dude. Also, I think Luka had a 30-point game, so that's huge. Check that one off the box for the Goat Whale. I wanted to do a quick update. I think we have one 30-point game from Luka. And I think Austin Reeves may have gotten his 3rd game with 10 points.
Mikey overs. The unthinkable happened last night.
Is Kevin Durant injured?
No.
Did Josh Giddey get a triple-double?
Josh Giddey, 20 points, 11 assists.
Oh, and he's a rebound.
9 fucking rebounds. 9 fucking rebounds. 20 points, 11 assists, 9 rebounds. 9. Yeah. I was sitting there sweating that so hard, waiting for that last rebound to splooge. Yeah, I know, dude. You just got to take that one in. I was in piss last night after I fucking saw that game go to final. 9 rebounds.
Dude, especially because like the rebounds are like we were sweating about him getting assists.
I know, dude. We were just talking about, he's going to step the assist game up.
And it was against the Lakers, dude. The Lakers don't even have big men.
Just look, bro. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You thought I was joking. You thought I was fucking joking.
Dude, that is like actually so devastating, especially because like before you said that, I saw that Austin Reeves had 19 points. I was like, oh my God, Austin Reeves already has 3 games with 10 plus points.
Dude, is that
like,
all of his games?
Great. Huh?
Is that all of his games over?
He's 3 for 4.
Wow. And I was getting chirped for that one.
You were getting, I chirped you for that one for sure.
We're making memes saying like Austin Reeves sneaking into the Goat Whale.
Dude, that fucking murdered the clown with the soldiers, dude. If we could pull that up, that would kill me right now. But Kevin Durant scored 23 with 27.
Yeah, no. And dude, his points on Prize Picks, I don't know if you saw, was at 20 and a half for that game.
Oh, so he cleared that playing almost no minutes.
Yeah. Devin Booker also legacies. But yeah, no, absolute piss about Josh Giddey, dude.
I know we didn't want to talk about him a lot or this team anymore. But Dylan Brooks is a fucking bozo, dude.
But dude, Dylan Brooks, yeah, he's a bozo. Do you know, have you heard what's been going on with Ja?
Yeah, he like assaulted a 17-year-old like playing pickup.
Dude, at this point, I'm not even rooting for him to do well in the goat whale. I'm rooting for him to get suspended so the goat whale gets fucking voided.
Like, I don't even understand what's happening in Memphis. Like, what happened in Memphis? They went from the beginning of the year, everyone being like, dude, this is a really fun young team to watch, just being like, I want that organization like removed.
Dude, I don't know, but Dylan Brooks under 20-point games is just cruising.
Dude, that was the freest cheese I think I've ever seen money on.
Little sweat last night with 16 going into the fourth, but you know damn well he didn't make a bucket in the fourth. So
I was about to say, going into the fourth, he finished with 16. Like, this guy's a bozo.
But like against the Rockets, bro, apparently the Rockets have given up like explosions to superstars. If you look at the list, it's like all the superstars that have played the Rockets have dropped like 40 points. So I'm like, oh, huge game for Ja loading. Like, we're going to need a legacy. 20 points.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
And he didn't play the fourth either. It was kind of a blowout, but like, fuck, dude.
Desmond Bain gets 30. Like, how about you just let Ja get that 30, you bastard?
For real. He had 39 the other night, and I'm like, holy shit, the goat whale has a pulse just to come back against the Rockets and drop 20.
Well, we have our goat whale looks pretty good.
It does. We just need that trip top.
Now that Luka's starting to put up numbers. Dude, I did want to talk about this. So we haven't even been on the pod since it happened. Luka and Kyrie, I mean, I'm still holding a Mavs future ticket to win the championship. I think they're going to figure it out. But, dude, I don't know if you watched their last game against the Pacers, but, dude, it does not seem like they're gelling on the court at all, dude. Kyrie takes a step back three when they're down 2 to win it instead of getting it to Luka, who was literally a layup machine against the Pacers to go to overtime. Like, they dapped up really quickly and then Luka kind of like walked away. So, dude, Kyrie, it might just be who I thought Kyrie is. And he's just a cancer, dude. Like, he's just not a good teammate.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch the game tonight. I got my Luka jersey on today because they're the only team playing that I have a jersey of. But I have a good feeling about tonight in the Mavericks. I think they play the Sixers at home in Dallas. This is a big spot for them to show up.
This is a big game. And to be -4 favorites is also big for them. I would have thought they'd be underdogs for sure the way they've been playing.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if Embiid's out or what, but this is a big game regardless if Embiid's playing or not because it's a playoff Sixers team in the top of the East, and they're going to have to prove themselves.
It's a Mavs team that needs to get going. They need to feel a win. They haven't won yet. They're the same thing with the Clippers. They haven't won yet together, or at least they haven't won a big game yet together. So yeah, what do you think about that too? So this was crazy. Now because of the podcast, I don't just get asked about locks. I'll get asked about like my sports takes now. One of them was the Rangers now have the strongest power play in all of hockey. Tarasenko, Pat Kane, and I think they were saying Panarin, and then the two defenders. And I was like, yeah, I mean, that could be, that might be the strongest power play in the NHL, but they were saying all time, that might be the strongest power play, like line of all time. And I was like, I don't know about that, but I don't know hockey well enough to argue with you. Yeah. So I'll say, okay.
Yeah.
And the other one was, what do you think about the Clippers with Russ, even though they haven't won with him yet and he looks good?
Yeah, no, Westbrook looks good. Definitely the right fit for him. I'm excited for him. The Clippers, though, on the other hand, don't ever expect to get tucked in by the Clippers late night. They don't talk. They do not talk.
They do not talk. But what do you think about the Clippers right now? You know, I mean, Russ looks good, but the wins aren't coming. Is it a situation of the wins will come and they're going to keep getting better? Or is it a situation of Russ finally looks good, but this team just still doesn't have what it takes to, you know, get over the hump and get wins consistently?
I think they get past the first round of the playoffs. I mean, they still have a stacked roster. They can't close games, though. They can't have a fourth quarter that goes their way without fucking bullshit. They're turning it over. Kawhi's been looking kind of sloppy in the fourth. Trust me, I know. I've been sweating his fantasy score fourth quarter late night when I need a fucking sweat. I'll lock in a fourth quarter prize picks entry. So I've been sweating out these Clippers games. And Westbrook has very little to do with anything going on in the fourth quarter lately, which is kind of weird. But last game, he scored 7 in the fourth. But the game before that, he didn't even play overtime or the fourth quarter, which I thought was weird. But definitely the right fit for Russ. I think they're going to click and figure it out as we get closer to the end of the season going into the playoffs. But I don't know. I had the Clippers as like a potential finals winner going into the season with that roster, knowing that they're going to kind of bullshit all season with these load managements and, keeping Kawhi and PG off the floor at the same time. But now they're starting to play a lot more and they're not clicking. So I don't know what's going on, but I'm not too worried about them. But don't take their money line. That's all I got to say. It is the most frustrating bullshit to watch when you have Clippers ML last leg looking to get tucked in and they can't close it out in the fourth. They're losing to the Timberwolves. They're losing to who'd they lose to the other day? Fuck, I forget. But they're losing to teams that they're better than, which can't be happening right now.
Yeah, so if you put yourself in the shoes of a Clippers fan, like how are you feeling right now? Like if you're talking to Clippers fans right now, like what is the narrative? Because I agree with you, and I think this is a problem with load management in this era of the NBA is Paul George and Kawhi Leonard really haven't played with each other that much. And now you're kind of doing this whole like, well, stay healthy till it matters. And now that it matters, they have no idea how to play with each other because they haven't played with each other.
Yeah, as a Clippers fan, I'm looking at last night's Suns game and thinking, fuck. How are we getting by that? They look so good, dude.
I didn't expect you to say that at all. Looking at that Suns game going, fuck.
It was Clippers Nuggets, the game I was watching the other night. And it just made me realize that the Nuggets, they do have just great role players, guys who know their role, step up when they need them most. They've got a bucket getter in Jamal Murray. They've got their centerpiece in Jokic. They've got KCP, who is literally so wet. KCP, or not KCP, fucking MPJ. KCP. KCP's also wet, but KPJ, or Michael Porter Jr., sorry.
Yeah, MPJ, you're good. You're good.
MPJ has been such a huge part of that team, too. So underrated. He soars over his Prize Picks lines. 15 and a half. He's dropping like 20, 25, had 3 huge 3-pointers in the fourth quarter against the Clippers. But that game right there was kind of like a playoff game. And the Nuggets just showed why they're better than the Clippers.
Yeah,
and why they're arguably one of the best teams.
I wanted to ask you too. I've been seeing a lot of this on my Twitter as well. The Nuggets might be real for me now because of Reggie Jackson. Being able to bring him off the bench, I feel like that kind of moved the needle for me in a lot of ways of being like, okay, the Nuggets could now play in the Western Conference Final. When you have a guy like Reggie that can come off the bench, like, I mean, you say they have great role players and know how to play their role, but their bench is not deep. It's not a bench that I trust at all in the playoffs. Reggie Jackson moves that needle for me a lot.
Yeah, I can see that. JJ Redick had because me and Big Dave and me and you argue about Jokic, and you guys both think he's boring to watch. He pads the stats. He's not the swagger guy who deserves an MVP. But JJ Redick had said it perfectly. He was like, Jokic makes everybody on his team better. Bruce Brown's having his best season. Fucking Michael Porter Jr. is having his best season. Jamal Murray is a walking bucket. I don't know if it's his best season or not.
I'll give Aaron Gordon his flowers this year. Aaron Gordon's having a great year.
His best season. And all while Jokic is averaging a fucking triple-double, So they've got the centerpiece. And I honestly am going to be rooting for the Nuggets going to the playoffs. Even though the last couple of years, I never would bet on them. I think they're gross. They're a very hard team to read. But this is their year where they're really proving themselves in this regular season. They got to get it done in the playoffs because I know the argument's just going to continue going with Jokic if he doesn't close the door in the playoffs. Obviously, the Suns and their upgrades are something to be of concern for the Nuggets. But, I mean, they've got the pieces, and they've got Jokic.
No, I mean, I knew you were going to root for the Nuggets. That's not a surprise that you're going to be rooting for the Nuggets come playoff time. But I think that Western Conference is just so tough, dude. I mean, like you said, the Nuggets are years. You listen, they're having great years. But you're telling me they're going to have to play this revamped Suns team? This revamped Suns team, like you said, would scare the shit out of me even if I had Jokic, dude.
It's going to be Suns, Nuggets, Bucks, Celtics. That will be.
I agree with that.
The Eastern and Western Conference Finals, and it's not really that bold of a take because I'm pretty sure that's the favorite for the matchups. But I mean, talking about the Mavs again, bro. How do you blow a 30-point lead to the Lakers, man? Like,
dude, that's my thing with this team. Like, I love them. And it's funny, last night I got asked a bunch too, like, well, what are my professional sports teams? And it's like Jets, Devils, baseball I don't really love, so it just depends on, like, what's going on. And then the last one is the Mavs. And I was like, because I live in Dallas now. And it's just, dude, blowing 30-point leads to the Lakers, losing to the Pacers outright. Like, they just lose. It's almost like they play down to the competition, it feels like. And when the going gets tough, now that there's two of them, it's Kyrie and Luka, they don't know who to go to yet. No one in that, neither of them have kind of been like, yo, it seems like Kyrie hasn't been like, this is your team, I'm coming to your team. And it seems like Luka hasn't been like, yo, this is my team. So I feel like that dynamic has to get figured out first, because when LeBron came to Miami, if you remember, LeBron was very much like, this is Dwayne Wade's team. Yeah. Like, I'm coming to Wade's team. I'm the number 2 behind Wade in crunch time, in big plays, whatever it is, until, it got figured out that they knew how to play with each other. But it was very much like, yeah, I'm coming to Dwayne Wade's team. I don't think Kyrie Irving once in his life has ever been able to be like, yeah, this is someone else's team, I'm going to help. So I think that's what they're struggling to figure out right now, it feels like, because when the going gets tough, you saw against the Pacers, it was like Kyrie Irving's taking a step back 3. Why the fuck was that ever the call? Yeah, like it should be Luka taking the shot. If I'm a Mavs fan, I want Luka taking that shot. I don't care that we just got Kyrie Irving. I want Luka taking that shot. So it just feels like they haven't figured out that DNA. And against the Sixers is going to be a good test tonight to see if they can figure it out.
Yeah,
but I mean, when you look at that Western Conference, though, I think it's going to be tough for teams like the Mavs, or for teams like the Suns and the Nuggets, rather, because they might have the best rosters, but dude, the teams they have to play in the first round, second round, they're going to get the shit beat out of them. It doesn't matter how good they are, because you have to play Kyrie and Luka. You have to play LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Like, I feel like it's an Eastern teams year this year, because the road's going to be a little bit easier to get to the conference final, where the Western teams are going to be walking into the finals literally limping. You know what I mean?
What do you mean literally limping?
Like, when you look at the West right now, right? Like, the Bucks are probably going to have a really easy matchup in the first round. Probably going to have a relatively easy matchup in the second round, and then they're going to have to play the Celtics. The Celtics are going to have the same path. So they're only really going to have really hard series in the Eastern Conference Finals. Dude, that first round for the Nuggets could go to 7 games with how deep the West is. Yeah. That first round for the Suns could go to 7 games for how deep the West is. And then they got to play each other in the Western Conference Final. Like, they're going to be going in the finals like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
You know what I mean?
Bloodbath in the West and kind of a walk in the park in the East.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, I think it's going to be the East winning this year, just based off that analysis a little bit, because the West is so deep, dude. I mean, you look at there. I saw a thing on Twitter. It was like the Western Conference playoff race heats up, and it's 7 teams outside the top 3 with a square around it.
Yeah,
like the whole conference could make the playoffs right now, dude. It's insane.
I know, dude. It's wild. It's wild. Meanwhile, we haven't even said a single word about the Sacramento Kings.
Exactly, dude. Like, we haven't even said a peep. If I'm a Kings fan right now, I'm on top of the world.
Yeah, they are 2 games away, or 2 games behind the Grizzlies, who are in second, which I just still don't know how they are. I fucking hate the Grizzlies, dude. I'm not even gonna get into it. We're done.
I do too. I'm down to hate the Grizzlies, dude. I'm down to hate the Grizzlies. I'm down to hate the Grizzlies.
I'm glad to see my Thunder starting to lose more games, though. Okay. Remember last time we did the podcast, the Thunder were ahead of the Lakers by like 2 games. Now the Lakers are in the 11th seed. Thunder dropped way down to the 13th spot. Damn, the Rockets are bad. 13 wins for the Rockets.
Holy shit, that's bad.
Yeah. And the Thunder have 28. Spurs are also atrocious with 15.
Jeez.
So the Thunder are so far ahead of the Spurs and Rockets. The Spurs and Rockets are swimming in moose piss.
How many wins does the worst team in the East have? I'd be interested to know.
Guess.
I think it's going to be The Pacers
No.
in the East. I got to think of the really bad teams in the East. The Nets might be down there, but I don't know. Maybe they're early. I'm going to say I'm going to say the lowest team in the East has 20 wins.
It's the Pistons with 15.
Oh, the Pistons, dude. What am I doing here?
Yeah, come on. You're better than that. The Nets are in
I'm
the
better than that.
playoffs right now.
Are they actually? Like KD did enough before he left?
Yeah, 34 wins, 28 losses. They're the 6th seed.
Wow, that'll be an interesting team too in the playoffs. You think about Spencer Dinwiddie? They kind of got a bunch of guys over there. But here's my thing though. If you put the Pistons in the West, do they have less wins?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the lottery will be like Spurs, Rockets for sure, Pistons for sure, Hornets for sure, Magic, Thunder. Yeah, that'll probably be this year's lottery.
So you guys will get a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
That's huge.
So big, dude. So big. I was worried. Huge. I thought we were going to make a little playoff push.
I'm going to be honest though, if I'm the Thunder, I almost would rather trade whatever pick away it is and get someone with a little bit of experience. It's time to start putting these kids together, you know?
Dude, I like how we're grooming right now. We're grooming. And we have Chet. Everyone fucking forgets.
So you don't mind if it's like another 3 years till you're making serious playoff pushes?
I'd say another 2.
Okay. Yeah, you give Shea another 2, Giddey another 2. I mean, those 2 are centerpieces to any organization, dude. Like those 2 are going to be the real deal. Yeah. So another 2 years. Yeah, I think you're right. It depends how Chet comes out though, dude. He could be a bust, dude.
I know.
He's got such bust potential. It's crazy.
He does. But he has also some boom potential.
Plenty of boom potential. I mean, plenty. I'm excited to see how Victor Wembanyama plays when he gets drafted. You know, he's going to come onto a bad team. So,
dude, the Bucks have won 16 games in a row.
They're winning the chip. They're winning the chip, dude.
They're crazy, bro. And the Celtics are still tied. They're tied right now, Bucks and C's, which is pretty impressive by the Celtics to be able to keep pace.
I mean, that's extremely impressive.
Yeah. They are tied with 45 wins. The Bucks have 1 less loss, but very impressive considering they've won 16 straight fucking games and they're tied.
I mean that's absurd, dude. What?
Yeah,
it's going to be an interesting year in the NBA. I mean, have you made your future yet?
My future to win.
I know we were going to do it in Vegas too. We were going to put down NBA Finals, NHL futures.
Yeah, I mean,
but if you had to place your future right now, who are you taking?
Probably the Nuggies. Even though I truly don't think they win, I think the Suns probably beat them in that series. But what fun is it taking the favorite to win the finals? There is.
Okay, so what are the odds for the Nugs right now? If we can get it up, you don't have to look it up if we don't have it.
I got it right here. Give me a second. Let's go to NBA. Go to futures. Yeah, my donation on SGA MVP, that was fucking bullshit.
Ouch.
Yeah, it was looking so good. All right, so the Celtics are plus 280. The Suns are plus 420. The Bucks are plus 500. The Nuggets are plus 750.
Dude, you could take plus 420 Suns. That's not bad. They're not the favorite.
That's not bad at all.
I'd take the Bucks.
Bucks at plus 500.
I would take that.
Or some sleepers, Warriors at plus 1,400 if Curry comes back looking like Curry.
What are getting the Warriors, dude?
The Kings are plus 11,000. I mean, that's unbelievable value for a team that's third in the West.
Should we sprink and just ride the Kings, dude?
That would be kind of goated.
I think we should sprinkle on the Kings and just become massive Kings fans during the playoffs, dude. That'd be such a geek. 1,100 feels disrespectful for the third team in the West, by the way.
11,000. 11,000. You put $100, you win 11,000.
What?
Yeah. I mean, dude, it's the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, but they're good.
Yeah, but you think the Kings are beating Giannis? Like, no shot. Or Tatum? Like, no.
I think they have a better chance of beating Tatum than Giannis.
I would agree.
For sure. All right, well, next episode, we're going to be back on the couch. I have an exciting interview for next episode, hopefully lined up. I just got to get everything figured out and get everything done out here. I think we're gonna keep talking college basketball, NBA as we get closer and closer to March. I think March Madness is going to be a lot of fun. We got a Vegas trip planned, so there's going to be plenty of content for that going around. I definitely do want to make our MLB goat whales sooner rather than later because I feel like there's enough squares up to be able to make one. And I think we should almost spend a whole episode like cooking. I think it should just be like a cook episode. So everyone can kind of like follow along and like see what we're thinking. I think we should make separate ones and then one together on the episode.
Yeah, I'll have my personal goat whale. You'll have your personal goat whale, but we'll have a TFM goat whale. Yeah,
and then we should make a TFM goat whale as well. So we'll try to do that in the next upcoming episodes. But listen, it was a crazy Tuesday a crazy Wednesday in Providence. Tough not to get the win. So hopefully we get one on Saturday. But TCU got one over Texas, so I know that one felt good for you. And we got plenty of NBA to keep watching. Another great episode in the books. And we'll see you next time. Trent, tell them where they can find you.
Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram at Book It with Trent, and follow the Twitch channel at Book It Sports. Tune into the surgical stream every weekday from 1 Central to 3 p.m. Central.
Bang, bang. You can find me, Mikey, over everywhere, and then on Instagram, michael.j.overs. And we'll see you next time. Appreciate you guys.
We'll be seeing.
Be seeing.